just like the other one. The other one, I tried to get the first gameplay in, and it ended up just being the tutorials. So I found out that I played as the hillbilly quite a few times, and now I'm just starting as a new character. It's called the Hag. Um, so other than that, full disclaimer. Yes, I know I swear a lot. Um, so far, I've actually ran into a lot of people who are skillful, and then some are easy. So, no hackers or modders just yet. But I'm sure there will be, as in every game. I ran into one person who went AFK and made one person do all the work, and then two people quit out really early because I downed them both. One was on the hook, and I slaughtered the guy who got the person off the hook. As the hillbilly with a chainsaw, you automatically down them, whereas normal attacks, it takes two of them to get them down. And then the other person was already injured, so I just sidestepped a little bit and whacked him. And then there was two people down, and then they both disconnected, making it to where I couldn't get the kill. And so there is a report button for that. I didn't know that to begin with, and then there was someone who body blocked, which that's an interesting thing that they made on this game able to happen. Basically, I was trying to take a survivor to a hook, and they blocked the doorway with their body. And Crispy Bacon has joined the stream. Hey, Crispy Bacon. I hope this doesn't cut out like my other one. It ended up just being the tutorial, and I'm going to have to put that in the description or something, maybe even the comments, that it's just the tutorials, because I tried getting my first gameplay, and it didn't work. As you can see, this is a very interesting character. I can have 10 traps total, and it looks like you can run out, maybe? And you have to be within a certain distance of the trap for it to work. Oh, I guess they replenish as they're used. That's interesting. This character would probably be very annoying to play against. I can see how the advantage, well, I mean, then again, you know, the hag is definitely slower than the hillbilly, which that's what I played with before. So that's interesting. Yeah, I gotta say, this would be extremely annoying. I don't know if they... I'm pretty sure they definitely did. They definitely made the tag a little overpowered. But that's alright, I guess. Technically, against several survivors, it is really hard if you get a decent team. I had a really good team earlier where literally I didn't kill anyone. It was pretty great. I mean, and props to them. I gave them props too after the game. I gave them a thumbs up because they all played, you know, really well. There was no cheats or any of that. So it was really fun. So I just sacrificed an ultra rare. Too bad you guys didn't get to see that. It was really cool. I sacrificed an ultra rare offering, and turns out I got to play as the pig, and that is off of Saw. And so it was very interesting because as the player saw, you can press L1 and you'll crouch. Now to get out of crouch, you have to press L1 again. It's not just a press and hold. And so basically what I did was I ambushed a couple different people just by crouching, and you're harder to see and you go into like some sort of stealth mode. And you have to press and hold R2 to attack. Which I found that interesting, but you do a lunge, so, and it's a lot longer than like your average lunge, where you just kind of, you know, go like this, and it's definitely a lot longer than that. So that was pretty fun to play as the pig. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the pig to be able to play as. I'm gonna try and buy it with the pork chops. See how that works. But it was really fun to play as the pig. Definitely suggest getting it. It's an ambush character, kind of like this one. So just remember that if you're playing against the pig, it's not like he's sitting there camping and hacking. No, that's literally how the character's meant to be played. So just don't take it as like some sort of offense or that he's cheating or anything. It's how the character is meant to be played. Just like this character's an ambush character, so you kind of have to stay somewhat nearby. And it turns out I only got half of them, so I didn't completely win. I call that a draw. I've had a couple draws. I've had quite a few. I've only had a couple where the survivors all got away, and then I had a couple where 3 of them escaped and I killed one, and then I've also had I've had a lot where I've killed all the survivors. So I mean, it's definitely in the monster's favor playing this, but if you get a good team together, there's really not a lot that the monster can do. So like on here, definitely props to these guys. You can click the thumbs up on each one of them, or the thumbs down. Actually, it's just this icon in general, because then here's the reporting button, griefing, intentional gameplay abuse, trolling, and then you have feeding points, farming points, or bots, you know, so that's ultimate cheating. Here's unsportsmanlike, where they purposefully lose the game or not participating or disconnected to avoid defeat, or AFK, rage quitting, idling, it says it all right there. Communication, abuse, insults, intimidation, hateful speech, harassment, which I don't really give a shit about that. Give props, definitely. I'm definitely going to give all these guys props. They played extremely well, in spite the odds being in my favor, and I got to hand it to them. There's a couple of them in there who dismantled my hooks as I was trying to hang someone up. There's definitely a lot of good teamwork in there. They were all trying to help each other survive. Well played, I gotta say, well played. So now we go back to the upgrade, and I'm gonna have to cut it short after this because I don't know how my internet connection is. Should be able to hold this stream, but sometimes it just really doesn't. So you go in here to your upgrades. You have your loadout, which you can select things that you buy from what's called the blood web, which you spend blood points. These ones here will be used in your loadout. And what I mean by loadout, I mean add-ons. So if you click on add-ons, after you use each one of these, they do disappear unless you have a rare ultra or a rare offering. There's a specific rare offering that when you use it, it doesn't use these, and it doesn't make them disappear. Although I've had some uncommons and regular rares that say or that stay even though I've used them, and so I can use them 2 or 3 times in a row without them dying or being, you know, vanishing, whatever. So you go over here, you can spend your blood points to buy new things. And so now you'll see, oh, I got a mystery, nice, mystery box. And so now I'm a level 4 after you complete each one. Now after you get to level 10, you have to be careful what you pick. It might put like an ultra rare or a super rare way out here, and so it wants you to buy here, here, and here, and here to get to it. But if you buy all the rest of them instead of that one, then it'll like have a black ring around it and it'll disappear. It tells you this when you do your first blood web. So definitely be careful at around level 8 to 10 on what you buy and how you buy it and when you buy it, because I really just shoot for the rares, and then if there's an ultra rare I shoot for that first and then go to rares and then the uncommons, and I just kind of leave these regular common ones alone because first few levels you end up having a ton of them, and so there's really no use in buying them first. I definitely like this hollow shell, but it's kind of hard to get. Grants 25% bonus blood points in all categories. I actually ran into a rare one that granted me 100% bonus blood points in all categories. It was amazing. I used it, and instead of getting like 30,000 blood points, I got 64,000 blood points in one round. It was amazing. If you get that, definitely use it like from the start, because if you start leveling up, it's gonna put you with higher ranking characters as survivors. So they're gonna be, you know, highly ranked up just like you are. So definitely use it right away, and make sure you use a character that you're extremely good with. I definitely suggest using the hillbilly, because he has this chainsaw and he can run infinitely as long as he doesn't run into anything. And so he'll rev it up and then he'll start running extremely fast. He'll run faster than the survivors, or faster than what you do in general, which you're gonna run faster than most survivors anyways. So definitely runs really fast. His handling though starts to go down, so you can't turn as much. So definitely make sure you have a straightaway when using the hillbilly. And you know, there's a person who said that I was tunneling. Okay, first off, you're obviously newer generation, really young, for using it out of context like that and in this game. What I was doing is I would hang them up on the hook, and I had a, what is this, a very rare? Yeah, I had a very rare perk that made it to where I could, made it to where I can go invisible for 8 seconds, or, you know, stealth mode, whatever you want to call it. And so I'd hang them up, and then I'd put myself in the straightaway and stop moving, because that's how it works. I'd have to stop moving for 3 seconds. Now I can turn side to side without it activating, and then it says that it'll go away as soon as I move. Which I thought was weird. 8 seconds, or if you move. So I can keep moving for 8 seconds and be invisible, or I can just sit there and remain invisible until I move, which, you know, so I did that. And what I would do is that as soon as I saw someone trying to help the dude on the hook, I would rev up my chainsaw and then just charge after him. Really good tactic, really strong tactic, especially if there's another nearby hook somewhere, which Speaking of which, the barbecue invitation that's going on right now, and it's only going to last 10 more days, is good because as the killer hooker survivor on the grill cook for the first time to gain a survivor chop, grants bonus blood points. It also, I do believe, grants an extra hook, because these barbecue hooks are a lot different than your regular hooks, and I find them that if other people are using them at the same time that I'm using this, I had one lobby where everyone, all four, three survivors and me picked this, and the other person didn't pick anything, and so it stacked, because at the bottom you can see that it says stacks, and so it gave me 4 barbecue hooks in abnormal places compared to where they usually are, and so I just had a ton of hooks everywhere. So definitely stack those up and use them wisely, but again, it's only going to last 10 days, so use them up. Other than that, there's your battle tactics, strategies, and the new character, the Hag, for you, YouTube. Leave a like, subscribe, make sure you get my notifications for when I'm streaming next, because I don't stream too often due to internet connection, obviously, which I have to go in and fix now. Fixed my last video because it was just a tutorial, and it said hilarious, hopefully first, gameplay, which it kind of was. I thought it was a little easy, but at the same time, like, I kept, along with getting my ass kicked, definitely, if you get to be the survivors, definitely group up in groups 2. I suggest on 2 separate generators, and then the other 2 have one person kind of hiding, and I mean very loosely, and kind of hide around different corners so that you can pick that person back up off the hook and then run. Then the monster's going to start chasing you, and stop worrying about the other group of 2 who are already working on 2 different generators. That's been my experience anyways. When someone goes for the survivor on the hook, it's better to stop them from doing that, because then they have, 2 survivors down unless they get an escape, and so I'll just stay on the people who are trying to get the people on the hooks. And that's how I've ultimately killed everyone. They keep going and going and going after the people on the hooks. You don't want everyone going after everyone on the hooks. That's how you get caught, and that's how you lose. The other team of 2 that are working on 2 different generators, just keep switching, keep going to a different generator, but stay close together. That's definitely the most effective. Anyways, that's it, YouTube. I'll catch you next time.